What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sharpen podcast. Today we are on episode 54, guys. We are over the halfway point of our initial goal, which was 100 episodes. Thank you. Special thanks to you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. I hope you guys are sharing it. We appreciate all the likes and the shares and the comments. It helps us out. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, let us know. I know we get a lot of feedback from the guys around us in the academy and the friends that we have around us. So, very grateful for you guys. Sharpen the Sword podcast, guys. Episode 54 with the number one co-host in the world, Giovanni Jimenez.
Hey.
What a do, Gio?
It's all good in the hood, man. All right, so pretty much today's the layout of the episode today's. I got some good questions for Coach Mo today that I'm gonna ask him, and so these are insightful questions. Some of them are quirky questions, but it's mainly about mindset. It's all about sharpening your sword. So there's gonna be some good stuff in here today. But I also want to say, please like and subscribe on YouTube, guys. It makes a big difference. I know a lot of people, you watch the video and you don't like or you don't subscribe. But biggest thing also, be disciplined to listen to the whole episode. You know, we always talk about being disciplined to do a better life, being disciplined to better yourself. But if you can't even finish the episode, you definitely not going to get success, homie. You know, so I'm calling the people out. But if you can't finish a video out, bro, man, then how are you going to finish out a career? How are you going to finish out a tough day? How are you going to finish out a marriage till the day you die? How are you going to do it? You won't do it if you can't even pull it through for 1 hour. And it really is not 1 hour because of there's nothing valuable. It's 1 hour because people's attention span has been destroyed by Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm there too, you know. I'm watching Motivation by Jim Rohn, and like 15 minutes in, I start dozing off, and I'm about to click onto a YouTube video, somebody talking crap about a politician. Then I'm like, how does that benefit me?
Yeah.
What is that going to do? It's going to get me riled up. Some people, they watch crap on, on the Democrats, right? The crazy libs, and then some people watch things about Trump. But do you know that on YouTube now, as there's AI on YouTube?
Really?
It explains the whole video. I saw that on the last episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put these questions. I'm gonna try to put these questions down below, on the comment section. So please like that comment. But first question. This is mindset and growth. What's one belief you had 5 years ago that you've outgrown?
Man. So, guys, these are questions that I haven't seen, honestly, or had a chance to think about. These are just questions Gio's just hitting me with. And so I'm going to answer it to the best of my ability. Repeat that one more time.
What's one belief you had 5 years ago that you've outgrown?
One belief that I had 5 years ago. Happiness will come. Happiness will come. I'm going to be happy one day, right? As almost like a byproduct of time, right? Like, one day I will be happy. But I've outgrown that because I learned that happiness is not something that just comes to you. Happiness is something that you create, you know? And so a lot of people think they're going to find happiness just by waiting, or they're going to find happiness by time, okay? But happiness is not going to come to you, right? So happiness is something that you have to create through your actions. You have to make it happen. You have to create your own happiness. Mm-hmm. Nobody can create your happiness. People can help you with your happiness, right? You're my friend. You can make me a little happy today, right? Crack some jokes, enjoy our time together, get a cup of coffee. Yeah, but true happiness inside of you, in your soul, is what I try to explain to people. I don't think people truly understand what true happiness is, right? And so I learned this a few years ago, is true happiness is in the soul, deep down inside. You are very happy. You are at ease. You know, you're living. You like where you are, right? You're happy with who you are, what you're doing. You have necessarily no regrets, right? It's not something that I'm lying to myself. A lot of people lie to themselves about happiness, right? A lot of people lie to themselves about being happy at their job. A lot of people lie about their being happy in their relationship. A lot about people lie about being happy in their situation, right? Whatever the situation is. A lot of people lie to themselves about it, and they make themselves feel like they are happy, or to think that they are happy, but they're truly not. And it shows years later, and people are not aware of this. Why? Because the cycle of life, all the work that we do.
Yeah.
You know, so that is one belief that's one belief. There's so many I can list, right? Is happiness you have to create. It's not just a byproduct of time, right? It's not going to just come to you. You have to create your happiness.
So would you say that with that being in mind, that says that pretty much even if you achieve financial freedom and all this stuff, like external factors alone will not, a spouse, a hot wife, some people say, right? Like this will not bring happiness to you.
No, it won't, right? Because you have to know, like you have to. This is gonna sound bad. All this is material at the end of the day, even a relationship, right? People are like, "What the hell are you talking about, Mo?" Like, right? That's true, right? There's people that are married that are not happy. They wanted a wife, they got a wife, they're not happy. There's people that wanted a boyfriend, they got a boyfriend, they're not happy, right? Because is it what they have desire inside of them? Like what do they believe truly to the soul? Mm-hmm. You know, this is what makes me happy. And are they doing it for their own self? Right? Because if you're doing it to prove a point to somebody else, people want to be in relationships to prove to other people that they're in a relationship, that they're not lonely, they're not sad, they're happy, right? That they're having fun with their partner. Some people do that just for social media. Some people do that just so they can go out and hang out with other couples. They don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, you're in a relationship, but does that make you happy? Or the money that you acquired, financial freedom or financial wealth, right? Did you acquire that financial wealth because you need it? Did you acquire that financial wealth because you want to look cool? Did you acquire that financial wealth because you want to post on social media? Did you acquire that financial wealth so you can show people that you have money? Or did you acquire that financial wealth through hard work because you had a goal and your happiness was to achieve that goal? And that hitting that goal, which was the byproduct was money, made you happy. So what is your intention deep down inside? You have to dissect what you want, not what you want. I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this for her or him or they, right? I'm figuring out what I want, right? And I'm going to create my life around what I want, okay? And go after what I want. What's going to make me happy? And the hard part is excluding the outside force, the outside population. Because most people do things, and when I say most people, I say 99% of the world do things for other people's approval.
They care what people think.
They care what people think.
Yeah.
You know? So
100%.
As long as that happens, you won't be happy. Doesn't matter what you acquire. You can have everything that you want. But as long as it's attached to the approval of others or showing people that you're happy or trying to prove to them they're happy or you want their thumbs up, doesn't matter what you have in life, you will never be happy.
100%. It's like in the jiu-jitsu realm. It's when you compete in jiu-jitsu, when you do it because you want to do it, it is so much more fun and enjoyable than when you felt pressure to do it. When you were doing it because you wanted to impress your coach, not let your teammates down. Yeah. Right? And you feel a big difference because you're doing it for you. So, what is at the end of the day? Success, it comes down to your routine and your habits, right? That's the build up over time. So what is one habit, right? Well, it's hard to say one. What are 3 habits that you said changed your life? 3 habits.
Oh, man, you're going to make me emotional. Man, the biggest one I would say is believing in yourself, right? Is having the never dying belief for yourself, right? I think that alone, because the truth is nobody believes in you. I don't care what anybody says, right? The truth is nobody believes in you if you have a strong mindset now, because most people don't believe in themselves, right? I'm talking about some people that the sharp people, the weird people that I call, right? The people that are destined for something great, right? Nobody is gonna believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. If you're one of the top sharp people, you're looking for success. You're hunting it. You're not just talking about it. You're hunting it. You're going after, right? Is one of the things that got me to where I am is my self-belief. Doesn't matter what happened, where I was, in what city, what town, what country, what situation I was in. I always believed that I was gonna make it. Right? I always believed. And it was always, and this is gonna be, I guess, maybe sad to some people, and it's not for pity, guys. I don't give a damn about pity. I don't want nobody's pity, but it was Mo talking to Mo, if that makes sense. It was almost like there's another me talking to me, and it was like, hey, bro, you got it. Keep going. Like, don't quit. This is like a daily thing, like, because nobody did that for me, you know. Oh, some things are breaking. But nobody did that. So it was my own self-belief that kind of pushed me to where I'm at. And so I think if the whole world believes in me, but I don't believe in myself, I can't achieve great things. Right? At the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be your number one supporter. You have to be there for yourself. And the sad thing is, most people can't. Most people aren't. Right? If I'm not there for myself, who's gonna be there for me?
Yeah.
Right? And people will say my husband, my wife, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Let me tell you, that's cool, but it's still not the same. Especially, and this is where people may say it's toxic masculinity, especially if you're a man, right? Of course, your wife is your rock, right? That's one of the biggest things of success, is to have a strong wife, right? But at the end of the day, as a man, as a sharp sword, you have to be there for yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And so I would say self-belief is one of the big ones. Yeah. You got to believe it's going to happen. And people call me delusional. People call me crazy. These are like words that were said directly to me, right? But now they see everything that I talked about.
Yeah.
And the cat got their tongue.
So a habit of constantly reassuring yourself.
Yep.
So what was second habit?
Second habit is doing the damn work. You know, there is no way out of it. Okay? You can look for the secrets. You can look for the tricks. You can look for the cutting the corners. There is no way out. I don't care who you are. There is no way out. There's no way around this. You have to do the work. And you have to do the work on an unbelievable scale. Right? And guys, we're talking about success at the highest level. Right? At a high level. We're not talking about success in small things, so people are thinking, well, I don't have to work 80 hours a week. No, you don't. But don't complain about where you are. Right? We're talking to the ones that are dreamers. We're talking to the ones that still got that twinkle in their eye. We're talking to the ones that want to achieve great things. Truly want to achieve great things. And not just talk about it. The ones that truly believe that they want to achieve great things. Okay? And so number 2 is you have to do the work. And you have to do the work every single day. There's not like, hey, I feel like doing the work. I don't feel like doing the work. Nonsense. You have to do the work every single day. You know? Number 3 would be failures. You know? Is struggles and failures. A man is not a man if he has not gone through struggles and failures. Right? That's what I believe. I think you have stronger character. You have more grit. You have thicker skin. You are more solid if you go through more failures and struggles. Okay? One of the key successes to success is failing. you have to fail enough before you touch success. Right? You can't just touch success. You have to fail many, many times before you touch success. And unfortunately, and I'm going to talk about men, right? And I talk about men, guys, because I believe men should be the provider, right? That's why I talk about it. We live in 2025. It's hard to have a one income household, right? But I do believe that the men should hold the responsibility of the household at the end of the day, okay? And so that's why I keep saying that. And the problem that we have these days is most of these young men, these guys, they want success, but they're not willing to fail and they're not willing to struggle. Right? So many guys, I always hear them talk about it, right? And this is 35 and younger, 30 and younger, right? They talk about it, but they're not willing to struggle. They can't, if they start struggling, they can't handle the struggle, so they quit, right? Which means you'll never see success, right? They can't handle the struggle. They can't handle the pain of struggle, and they can't handle failure. I've failed so many times, like unbelievable, right? Like more than I can count, right? I don't know what the number is, like 12 businesses, what you told me once, to be successful or something like that.
Yeah.
At one point, I counted like 14 or some crazy stuff like that I failed at, right? Like nonstop failures. And then success started coming. And so that's one that I don't see in men anymore. They're not willing to fail. They're not willing to struggle. And if they are willing to struggle, they can't handle the struggle, so they quit. I was talking to a couple of older guys. I had a meeting with them. I've talked about them on the episode, but they've gave me a different outlook on life, and they kind of gave me more of a fire, honestly. But they were asking me for my story, and these guys are in their 60s. I think it was 62. And I told them my story, and I told them, I said, man, it just kind of sucks. Like I just failed so many times, right? Like I failed and I failed and I failed. Like, and this was miserable. This was horrible. This business was, and they looked at me and they said, the only reason you're sitting right here is because of that. This is the only reason you're sitting at this table right now. It's because of that, right? And of course, like I know that, but it's different when you have somebody tell you that. Especially when you have somebody that I always say, like older guys, like a gray-headed old man, like a wise man, right? And they told me, they said, the only reason you're sitting here is because of all those failures. Most people are not willing to fail.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to fail, you will never see success.
100%. It's like this quote by Alex Hormozi. It was like, if you were 10 failures away from your next success, how fast would you go fail?
Yep.
You know, in business and in the sales world, and the sales is direct correlated to business. It's how many times can you endure people saying no? The more people say no, the closer you're going to get to somebody saying yes. You know? And the dating life and the job, you're looking for a job, all these things are correlated. It's so a habit of constant reassurance, self-belief. Your second habit was
Work unbelievable amounts.
put in the work, right?
You gotta do the work. There's no way around the work.
There's no way around the work. You have to do what you got to do to get to where you want to get. And number 3 is fail. All right. So now we're gonna get a little bit into that was mindset and growth. Now we're gonna get a little bit into your insight, your life. It's what's one quote that you live by?
Woo! I mean, outside of the sharpen your sword, one quote. Sharpen your sword became one of my quotes, obviously, right? But if we're gonna put that to the side, and not use sharpen your sword, I mean, I'll take it from Gladiator. You know, that quote is when I used to fight, I used to always post that quote right before I fight, and it would say, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." Okay, and I never had a quote to what I lived by, right? But all I lived by was to create something on this earth that when I'm gone, it echoes in eternity. It leaves the ripple effects, right? I've talked about it on the podcast before. but it leaves the fossil. It leaves the footprint on this earth, right? And it leaves it to my kids. It leaves it to my wife. It leaves it to my great grandkids. It leaves it to my DNA, right? It leaves it to my empire. And so what we do in life echoes in eternity, guys. Right? This is one of the most powerful quotes outside of Sharpen Your Sword. And it's because we're here. People think that we're here forever. People don't understand that we're not here forever. Yeah. Right? And as you get older, you start realizing that you're not here that forever. And it's not like this. It's like tragedy. People are like, well, you're going through a mental health crisis or midlife crisis, whatever they call it, right? This is just truth. The average death right now is like 74, 75, something like that. You know what I mean? And so you only have 75 years on this earth.
Yeah.
If you're 25, you've already lived a quarter of your life, a third of your life. A third is already gone, right? And so this is why I'm so obsessed with creating something, doing something. It's because what we do in this life echoes for eternity. And if you're a believer, what we do in life, for us as a Muslim, what we do in this life is what gets us to heaven, right? Is the things that we do on this earth, the good deeds and all the good stuff that we do here is what gets us to the afterlife, which is the most important life to us, right? This is just a temporary life for us, right? Our real life begins in the afterlife. That's the way we look at it, right? And so what we do here is going to echo in eternity. And here's the thing that I learned. What we do in life echoes in eternity. What we do in life as good will echo in eternity for good. And what we do in life in bad, it echoes in life for bad. If you don't leave nothing for your children, you don't give them, just give them strong life skills, give them strong morals, give them character, give them a strong backbone to where they don't fall to the temptations of this world. Because everybody falls. Most people fall, right? If you don't give them something just like as simple as that, and you ingrain this in them, and you can't ingrain this in them if you're not sharp. If you're not a sharp sword, you can't leave this to them. And so you're gonna have a broken empire. You're gonna have a broken DNA. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have broken family.
Yeah.
A weak bloodline. That's what you're gonna have, right? Or you can do great things and let it ripple through the generations, through your bloodline, through your DNA, right? Through your empire.
Yeah. 100%. You know, like yesterday I told you I found out that this one dude I knew from high school, he passed away. So apparently he passed away this year, the day of our Lord, July 2025. This dude passed away in 2023. I find out 2 years later because I found his Facebook page, right? And I'm scrolling through it and I'm seeing people tag him out. Like, I can't believe we're gone. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? What the hell happened? So this dude died 2 years ago. And I just found out about it, right? And I told my other friends, I'm like, yo, you know this dude died? And Fudge and they're like, one of the guys like, it's up to us to keep his memory alive. I'm like, well, to be honest, bro, like, I didn't even know the dude like that. I just knew he was around, but he wasn't a friend like that. But sad to say, right now, like, rest his soul, God rest his soul. You know, hopefully he got to where he needed to be. Unfortunately, that dude is gonna be forgotten. 2 years later, only person that posts about him is like his sister, on Facebook. That's it. Unfortunately, man, like, you see all the pictures of him, the photo collage, but that's 2 years already dwindling away. What's gonna happen in 10 years, 20 years, so-and-so, right? Unfortunately, that is the reality when you're just an average Joe. You're forgotten, you know? So God bless him. What you do in life echoes in eternity. So if he did good, that'll ripple. If he did bad, that'll ripple as well, you know? So God bless him, man. But that was a big reality check for me to see somebody that I knew is now gone and dead. Because I've never seen anybody die in my family. You know, I've never experienced that. And I'm going to experience it. I don't want to experience it.
Really?
I don't know how I'll feel. Nobody that's blood related to me has ever died. You know? So I know it's coming one day. But, so, Morning routine. What does your morning routine look like?
Man. Morning routine would be get up. Try to get up at 6 a.m. right now. Sometimes I get up early, 5, 4, 3. Depends on how my mind is acting. I'll get up and wash myself off. I'll pray first, and then I'll go about my day. I usually work out, and then start working on whatever I got to do for the business.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
So my set time is 6 a.m. That's my set time. Now, when I teach 6 a.m. classes, I wake up at 4:30. But my official set time is 6 a.m. And now sometimes I wake up at 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 3:30. Randomly, sometimes I just wake up early.
Yeah. So when have you been waking up at 6 a.m.?
It's been a few years now. Probably 2 years. It was 5 a.m. Then I talked to somebody and they told me to do 6 a.m.
Did you see growth in your life when you started waking up at 6 a.m.?
Yep. So when me personally, some people don't believe in the early morning. They call it a fluke, whatever. Me personally, I noticed. I mean, one of the biggest things I noticed was, especially if I work out first thing, right? I have more pep to my step. I have more energy, and I feel more productive throughout the day, right? And the truth is, I get more work done. You get more work done, right? I had a meeting with some of my team members yesterday, and I told them, I said, you just love sleep more than you love money, right? And it's not that we have to be obsessed with money or we have to be money hungry, but you want to make more money, but you're sleeping until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, right? So you're not really about it. Money, I don't care who you are. Money makes this earth spin. Money is something that you have to have to live. You have to have it. There's no other way around it, right? Now, I'm not telling you to lust over it. I'm not telling you to, pray over it, to worship money. But it's this product that's needed to live in this life. So, yeah, I think if you wake up early and you study and you teach yourself something, or you put hours in on your business or on your career, that it can lead you to making more money. It can lead you to more success. It can lead you to a healthier body. Maybe you have to wake up early to work out because you can't do it throughout the day, or you get lazy throughout the day, because that happens to me, right? Sometimes if I don't work out first thing in the morning, I miss my workout. But if I work out first thing in the morning, I'm on 10 the whole day. Everything is better the whole day. Yeah. My mindset ever since I've been waking up early has gotten dramatically stronger. This is me personally, right? And then also I get more work done. So there's many benefits to it.
Yeah, 100%. So now we're gonna move on to some jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, guys.
So,
jiu-jitsu.
What's one lesson from BJJ that made you a better entrepreneur?
Oh boy. I think there's so many. Jiu-jitsu, man. Jiu-jitsu is one of the most powerful things on the face of this earth. Okay, if you have not tried jiu-jitsu, okay? One of the biggest things, and it was, I guess, by force or by way of luck, whatever you want to call it, is becoming a coach, right? Becoming a coach, I had to learn how to speak, right? I was always a smooth speaker, honestly. Just because I was selling.
Slick Rick.
I was selling from a young age, so I always had to talk to people, right? But truly learning how to speak, I learned it through jiu-jitsu, because I had to coach and I had to talk to a lot of people. Everybody has problems. You have to deal with everybody's problems. You got to talk to everybody differently, okay? You have to build people up. You have to try to help them get through their problems, right? So speaking is one of the biggest things, right? If you're a well-spoken person, you can get by in life, I think, right? If you can speak. That's one thing. Another thing is thinking under pressure, thinking under stress, right? You're in a chokehold, you're in a triangle, you're stuck in a position. You have to think fast. You have to problem solve fast, right? You have to solve problems very fast, otherwise you can get choked out. And so that helped me in my entrepreneur life, in my business life, because a lot of problems happen in business. What do I do in the moment, right? How do I handle the stress? How do I handle the pressure? Well, I'm under pressure in jiu-jitsu all the time when I'm rolling. I'm under stress, right? I'm problem solving under pressure, under stress. What is business? Business is problem solving under pressure, under stress. The better you can do that, the better you are in business. The better you can do that in jiu-jitsu, the better you are in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
They're pretty correlated.
100%. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. It's like jiu-jitsu will show you the way, and when you know the way, you see the way and everything else, you know? By Miyamoto Musashi. So you can correlate jiu-jitsu back to everything, guys. Everything. So just like in jiu-jitsu, you need a good foundation when it comes to jiu-jitsu, right? To be a very good practitioner, to excel, you need good fundamentals. It's what are some fundamentals that you need in business that people should learn early on?
Fundamentals in business. I mean, some of the fundamentals in business, you need to know how to speak. You need to know accounting, a little bit of accounting, right? You need to be able to be under pressure.
Give examples.
You know?
Like, why do you know, like, for speaking, why do you know how to speak as an entrepreneur?
I mean, because if you know how to speak, you can get a lot of things done, right? You're in a negotiation with anything, with a lease on a store, on a space, right? Negotiation on a product that you're trying to buy, inventory, talking to vendors, talking to companies, right? Talking to your clients. If you can't, I watch entrepreneurs, they can't even communicate with their clients. Mm-hmm. They can't even speak to their clients. Like they can't even thank them correctly. You buy this phone from me, right? We make the transaction. Thank you.
Damn, okay.
Right? And so they can't even treat the customer correctly, speak to the customer correctly. You know, you bought this phone. Thank you so much for your business. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. Thank you for supporting a small business. And if there's anything you guys need, just come back and check us out. We'll take care of you. Anything it is. Here's my number. This is my personal number. Let me know anything you need.
Oh, thank you, Muhammad.
You know? So it's learning how to speak and how to put your words together. That's why I said earlier, that's a skill in itself that I learned from jiu-jitsu, right? Obviously in business too, but I learned more in jiu-jitsu because there's more problems for me to deal with in jiu-jitsu with more human beings, right? And so speaking can help you a lot. Speak up, right? Knowing how to speak and knowing to speak up. You know, a closed mouth never gets fed, okay? Accounting, like you need to be kind of good at numbers. You need to be able to calculate fast. You need to be able to crunch numbers, right? You need to see, making money, I'm not making money. I'm broke as a dog, I got money. Which one is it? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Another fundamental, I guess, is a requirement. It's working. And we're talking about like self-employed, like for yourself or for somebody?
You got your own business.
For your own business, fundamentals, you better be prepared to work, you know, what they call overtime, the normal population. But you better be prepared to work 50, 60, 70 hours. That's a fundamental starting off.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not ready for that, I don't know what to tell you. You know?
100%. You know, people think that I got a business, and people, like, they open up business, they fucking celebrate, like, yeah, fudging. Here come the millions. And they fudge an empty store. Yeah. What the fudge? But that speaking one is a big one, especially, like, speaking alone, it can drive customers to buy over and over and over again because they like you, you know? I think it's a myth. They say that people buy from people that they like. Now, granted, I think a lot of times that does influence, but I don't think if the person likes you at all, and that is gonna completely sway them your way, right? But for like a restaurant, but you got a milkshake business, whatever, you're pretty chill person, right? You can speak to people, right? Oh, hey man, come back, but next one get half off or something like that, right? They'll like you and they'll come back, you know? It's like, cause you can speak to people. Or like you said, that place where they just give you it and then you say thank you, they don't need to say nothing back. Right? Like there's one lady, got this spot, got ice cream and stuff. It's pretty good, but God bless that lady. She looks like she does. She hates being there. And you they lucky the food is good. But and the desserts are good. But if it wasn't because of that, the way she treats you and other people, I wouldn't be there, you know? But, I don't know, man. God bless him. So, you like gi or no gi more? And why?
I like gi. I like gi jiu-jitsu more. It's fun, man. The grips is fun. Also, I like the gi. It's traditional, right? It's the armor. The belt is a sword. That's what I tell my students. At the end of the day, it's all jiu-jitsu, right? There's things that I like to it and I don't like to it. I did no-gi in Vegas last week for the first time in a long time. And so I think I'm going to start doing that again.
A no-gi competition?
No-gi competition, yeah. And so when I started jiu-jitsu, I started doing a lot of no-gi, right? And then that's because I was going to take like a career in competition. And so I started training a lot of no-gi and going to a no-gi school and stuff like that. But my life changed, the past changed. And so just went back to the gi, old school tradition, and teaching in the gi. So yeah, I just like jiu-jitsu, man.
100%. I like the gi more because I've noticed the gi is more technical. No gi, like when we used to do mountain escapes in competition class, I relied that I was sweaty enough and my partner was sweaty enough to where I was able to slip out. And that was my number one way to get out. You slip out. But if you're in the gi, you got to be technical. Yeah. You got to know how to breathe, how to survive. Especially when you're getting held, because there's more control in it. I like the gi more. All these guys talk smack about the the gi. They just trying to look cool, bro. You lame as hell. But what is harder what's harder in life than when you're training jiu-jitsu, you're sparring, you're exhausted, you're wore out, you're fatigued, and somebody's on top of you and you're struggling to breathe? What is harder than when somebody has you in that position in life than being in mount or side control?
Man, listen. Jiu-jitsu in training is hard, right? For the average person, they would probably quit in that position, right? But we're going to talk about people that most of our viewers, you guys sharpen your sword. I believe you guys sharpen your sword, so I believe you guys are sharp and you are strong. But I'm not going to quit in training. You can pound on me, whatever you want. I'm not going to quit. MMA training, doesn't matter what it is. 1 hour, 2 hours of sparring, I would never quit. Right? That used to be our training. We used to train for an hour, get depleted, get completely fatigued, and then my coach would put somebody fresh on top of me. When I have nothing left in me, I can't get out. And they'll just pound on me. The next one comes in. And I'm doing another hour of that with fresh guys on me. I've never quit. I'm not going to quit. Right? But I'm going to tell you what's harder than that. Right? Because not everybody's trained to be an MMA fighter. Right? If you're doing martial arts, the truth is, if you're doing martial arts just as a hobby and maybe get in shape, I can make you quit. Mm-hmm. I can make you quit. Okay? But that's not the point of this whole thing, right? We're trying to build you up and stuff like that. But that's a very powerful question you asked. What's harder in life than that? I'll tell you what's harder in life than that. When you're broke as a dog, you don't have the things that you want, you're giving up on your dreams, and you're going through life day by day surviving. It will never get harder than that. Okay, when you gave up on all the things that you wanted because he say, she say, because of society, right? And you don't have all the dreams that you thought about when you were a kid. Okay? And you're just slowly withering away day by day. You're just a slow death, slowly dying every single day. Because at this point, maybe there's nothing you can do about it. You've given up. All right? People don't understand how hard life really is. People truly do not understand how life is one of the hardest things life is the hardest things that you will endure. This is just truth. This is not because I had a hard upbringing or not. This is truth. You can be living a great life right now. Guess what? You will go through a hard time. You will go through a very hard, miserable time. This is for everybody that lives. Nobody makes it through this earth, through their life, untouched, unscathed, this perfect life. Nobody. Life is extremely hard. Some people have tasted it, some people haven't. Thank God I've tasted it early on. I'm very grateful I tasted it early on because I would never go back to that. I will do whatever I can to not ever taste that again or to let my family taste that again, right? And so what's harder than what you said, getting pounded on and getting smothered in side control, is just withering away in your life, and you just didn't go for what it is that you dreamed of. It just withered away. You talked about it, you did all this, but it's just day by day, slow death. You're just making it by. And this is the majority of the population. For me, that's the worst thing ever. For me, I'd rather sit under a 1,000-pound man, sweaty, nasty guy, under side control, than go through that. I'd rather go through 6 hours of sparring in a Shark Tank than to go through that.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate though, isn't that justifying these guys are saying, well, yeah, it is too hard. That's why I can't succeed, because it's too hard. Like, you got a point. It's too hard. How am I going to do it? You just said it. It's too hard.
Listen, it's too hard either side of the story. The thing is, most of these guys have not tasted it. They have not endured it. Most of these guys have not gone through the struggle. And so they can easily point the fingers. Right now, how many guys are single? How many people are single? We're not even in a relationship society no more. We're not even in a traditional household, husband, father, mother, kids. Right? We don't have that no more. It's broken up. We're in a time where you have fun, you move on. Okay? And so the problem is when you have a kid, the problem is when you have a relationship, if you haven't tasted the hardships, you will. If you didn't get fired and you will eventually get fired. You will lose your job. I've known guys that were on the job 20, 30 years and get laid off like they ain't nothing. Some of them commit suicide. Some of them completely give up on life. Some of them become alcoholics or druggies. Some of them go to jail because they tasted hardship for the first time in 30 years, 40 years. But the hardship is coming. That's guaranteed. The hardship is coming. Okay? Most of these guys have not tasted it. And these guys that are making excuses, well, it's hard. Well, you have a point. So why should I even try? Guess what? Because it's harder if you don't try. Because if you don't try, it's guaranteed you will have no success. It's guaranteed you will never touch it. Right? It's going to be hard if you go for it and you work your butt off to achieve it. All the hard work is going to be tough. And you see some success. And if you don't see success in money or career or whatever it is, at least you see it in grit, in character, and mental strength that will get you through life. But if you just go through the motion, you say, bro, it's hard. Why should I even try? There's no point for me to try. Guess what? That's still a slow death because you've given up. And you probably won't taste it now when you're 20 years old or 25 years old or 30 years old. But 40, 45, 50 years old, you're going to taste it. And you're going to taste it till the day you die. You're going to be thinking about, I could have done, should have, would have done this. I told you about the old guy, right? 62 years old. My biggest regret is I did not go for it. I will never forget those words. I did not go for it. My biggest regret when I was your age is I did not go for it. That is he didn't tell me my biggest regret was I didn't go to the beach when I was with my girlfriend. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't take my kids to the beach. I didn't take my kids to Disney World. He didn't tell me that's his biggest regret. Okay? My biggest regret at 62 years old with a head full of gray hairs, sitting in an office, is I did not go for it when I was your age. I didn't do the things that I wanted. That's a slow death. That's a miserable death. Okay? And the majority of this world goes through that. This is the sad thing, guys. And again, just remember my words. You will taste this at one point or next. I don't wish it on nobody. I don't wish it on nobody. But you will taste it.
Yeah.
And you will be tested.
100%. To me, one of the saddest things, right, is you've been spent so many years on this earth, and you're still window shopping. Window shopping, not by choice, right? Now, it's powerful for you to be able to walk into a mall, buy whatever you can, but still don't do it, right? But it's another thing for you to go to a mall, mouth open, drooling, because you can't do that for yourself. You can't get that for yourself, you know? The other day I was thinking, me as an old man, I'm like, could you imagine a fudging never get a fudging lowrider? That shit made me sad, like, damn, bro, I'm gonna be fudging. It made me upset at myself that never happened. I'm like, this dude was all these years on this earth in the greatest country, the richest country there's ever been in the world.
We got money machines, bro. Money's unlimited around here.
In the world, in the history of the world. Couldn't fudging bring himself to get a lowrider. Couldn't achieve that. I'm like, man, that's fudging pathetic.
And I would tell you this, Gio. If you don't put in overdrive, you will never do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I'll take out a loan for him.
You know what I mean? I'm dead serious, right? I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just using that situation. You said it would be sad if you don't. Let me tell you what. If you don't work in a weird amount of, with a weird amount of work ethic, an exhausting amount of work ethic, an unreasonable amount of work ethic, you will never touch it. Right? Because you're talking about something that's a car that's kind of like a toy. Because that's not going to be your daily driver. You're not going to use that to go to work.
Yeah.
Your wife and kids are not going to ride in that as a mom takes them to soccer practice. Right? That's a car that, okay, if you have a good situation, you have a car, your wife has a car.
Yeah. Okay,
now you want a lowrider on top of that? Now you want a third car for fun? Right? For just extravagant stuff? You want a third car, a lowrider, a show car? What makes you think you're going to get that? Who are you to get that? What have you done to get that?
Yeah.
Most people think, well, I want a lowrider. This is my dream. I deserve it. Right? But I'm going to tell you, you're 25 right now, right?
24.
24 right now. You're going to blink, you'll be 30. You'll blink, you'll be 35. You'll blink, 35, you still don't have it. And so, can you have it at 30? Yeah, you can have it at 30. That's 5 years from now, say. For example, just say 5 years from now.
Yeah.
You can, but are you going to do the work that's needed to get it done in 5 years? Almost 10 out of 10 people won't. These weird people that we talk about are 1 in a million.
Yeah.
These unreasonable folks are 1 in a million. These people are not people that you see in the street. I know one other guy. One. And I know a lot of people. I know one other guy. One other guy that this, what we're talking about, he's done.
Yeah.
One. And I know thousands of people. I know a lot of people. And I only know one, Gio. One. Who do you know?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody, ask yourself, who do you know that's like this? You may say one. You might say one. These people are like, it's like Casper the Ghost. You don't really see him unless it's a nightmare, right? Like it's just in your dreams. Right?
Yeah.
It's just somebody you see out of here and there. Okay? So for those out there that want things out, you got to do what you got to do. And it's doing what you got to do is not easy. It's actually pretty damn miserable. Yeah. But when you get what you want, then we can talk.
100%. You know, you got to work with obsession. You got to work with that belief that it will happen. Like you said, if you don't believe it can't happen, it ain't going to happen. But there's got to be action behind it, you know? It's like you just gotta call the damn leads, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? And what's stopping people, it's so simple. Is you refuse to do what you have to do it when you have to do it to get to where you want to get.
That's it.
Right? It's that simple. It's like how do I get there? How do I get to fudging Nashville, Tennessee? Follow the highway, bro. Damn, that's a long ass road though. And we're in the summer. And fudging, I might make it to Jackson. It's done from there. But what you calling? Badass. All right. Now we got some fun questions. If success had a flavor, what would it taste like? Let's say if business had a flavor, right? Being an entrepreneur, being a businessman. What does being a businessman taste like? A shit sandwich?
The good part or the bad part? Like if it was good, like you already seen the success, or like the bad part?
I'd say both ends of it.
If it's good part, it's gonna either be caramel latte, caramel iced lattes, and tastes good, right? Chocolate ice cream, you know. Now if it's bad, it's probably worse than a shit sandwich. You know, if it's bad, what is something nasty that I ate? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, Brussels sprouts for me, bro.
Bro, Brussels sprouts are disgusting. Whatever nasty, guys. I ate a bad crawfish once, and I almost died from food poisoning. Literally almost died.
But now let's say, what was the general taste of entrepreneurship? Combining the good and the bad.
It's bitter, man. It's like a sour warhead. It's extremely sour, then it becomes bitter, then it's sweet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. You know, there's bitter moments and there's sweet moments, right? It's a roller coaster, up and down. Sometimes it tastes good, sometimes it tastes bad. Sometimes you hate it, sometimes you love it, right? The truth is, man, I think you got to be crazy to be an entrepreneur. Right? It's a damn crazy game. And the truth is, it's not for everybody either. These days, when we talk about the population that we have, it's not for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know?
So you say most people spit out the warhead before they get to the sweet part?
I think so, yeah. Everybody, I mean, look at the people that we know. How many people we know spit the warhead out?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody that we know did it. Most people quit before they get to the sweet spot.
That's damn true. That's the same thing in life. So, now, there's a different topic. What's one thing people waste too much time on?
They waste their time whistle dicking. they waste their time BSing. They waste their time horsing around, right? That's what that means. Is too many people waste their time playing around, right? There's no time for games. There's no time to BS, right? I don't have time to BS with my friends, right? Or people that claim to be friends. They're holding on to these people and there's no benefit to them, right? They're holding on to these people that give them opinions and there's no benefit to them. Okay? So I think that's a big one right there.
So not being locked in, not having a goal, not striving to something.
Not going and getting after it.
Just sailing in the ocean with no pan. So what's your non-negotiable daily habit? This is non-negotiated. This has to happen every day.
I gotta pray every day. Mm-hmm. This is something I have to do, right? Everything else, sometimes I skip over, but this is the one thing that I won't skip.
Yeah. Pray to God. It's good for your soul. So, you have a degree, right? And underwater basket weaving, right? Underwater basket weaving? Or what is it? So you have a engineering degree, right? So it's a very tough degree. I don't know. I didn't go to college. I decided not to. So what is more valuable to you, and you say in general? A black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a degree?
Come on, you know my answer. The engineering degree, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm kidding. The black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's not because I wear a black belt, right? It's jiu-jitsu's been over 11 years. It's an 11-year journey. Where I told my class the other day that most people are stuck on the destination, but the growth happens on the journey, on the road, right? Most people want to get to Mount Everest, but it's not the peak that gives you what you needed. It's to climb up the mountain. From the base of the mountain to the peak. Everything in between, that's what created you. When you get to the peak, you've already done the work, right? And I will give everything away that I have, but I won't give away my black belt in jiu-jitsu. Or the knowledge or the wisdom that came with it. Not necessarily the belt, right? The belt, I can go buy it on Amazon. But the idea behind the belt. So the engineering degree, was it hard? Yeah, it was hard. But what I learned through martial arts, through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, through training, through coaching, I don't think anything in the world can teach me that.
100%. I saw this quote by Renzo Gracie, right? He says, I've learned more on the mats than I ever learned at university. And that is 100% true, guys. The mats will teach you. The mats will guide you. The mats will show you where you lack.
Yep.
They really will. They're a mirror. I always tell people, the mat is a mirror. And it'll show you who you are.
Yep.
And you can decide whether you want to be that same guy or you want to improve and be better.
100%.
And that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. So, one more. How do you define winning? What is winning? Winning in life. And does it have to be dollar bills behind it?
It doesn't have to be dollar bills. Winning in life is, for me, winning in life is being a good person, being a strong man that has a backbone, right? Somebody that stands for what's right, even if the whole world is against them, right? I think that's what winning in life is. I think when we talk about materialistic things, winning in life is not necessarily the material, but it's the process of achieving the goals. You know, the journey of you achieving the goal. Like I set this goal and I achieved it. I set this goal to become a black belt. Mm-hmm. So it's an unreasonable goal. Less than 1% of the population achieve it, right? So for me, part of winning at life was for me to achieve this, right? Because when my kids see this, God willing, one day, they're going to realize that there's not many black belts around. There's only 6,500, 7,000 registered IBJJF black belts, registered in the whole population of the world. Now there's many more, right? But winning at life is doing something that hasn't been done, doing something that you promised yourself as a kid, right? Because kids are the most innocent human beings. They're so pure. Kids are pure, right? Kids are so innocent. They're so pure. And what they believed in as a little kid is really what they wanted to be. Now, some of it is make-believe, right? I want to be a mermaid. Where the hell that came from, right?
Yeah.
But in general, like, hey, I want to become, whatever it is. I want to be a farmer. I want to be a cowboy. I want to be this. I want to be a jiu-jitsu black belt, okay? This is in the purest form, came from a pure kid. This kid has not been beat down by life. His mind has not been waved by life. You know what I'm saying? He's not been swayed by life or by human beings or by parents or by friends of knocking him down and making him not believe in himself. This is at its purest form, what he or she said she wanted. And if you achieve that, I think that's winning at life, right? And so, winning in life to me at the extreme is achieving your dreams, because they're called dreams for a reason. We're not talking about goals. Goals, people get them confused. They put them together. Goals and dreams are two different things. You have goals on one side, which is realistic, and you have dreams on the other side, which is unrealistic. You see things in your dream, you feel good. You have a good dream, you feel good. Why? Because it's almost impossible for that dream to come true, right? You may be dreaming that you're a billionaire. You're riding your lowrider. Or you got your villa and you got 15 lowriders out there. That's a dream. 15 lowriders, that's over $2 million. In just cars. Now you wake up, you feel good. Why do you feel good? Because you got to see a glimpse of how it would feel like. And so winning at life at the highest level is you living your dreams. And I'll tell you what, you know, another one of my famous quotes is, I'm going to go for my dreams or I'm going to die trying. I will work to the day I die until I achieve it. Right? That's one of my other quotes I don't talk about a lot, but I say it to myself is, I will work to the last day, last second. I will keep working. You know why? Because my goal is to hit those dreams. I don't take dreams as fake. I actually believe in dreams. Right? If I have a dream, now if it's a bad dream, I try to ignore it. You know? But I actually believe in some dreams. Right? So I don't believe in, you know, illusions necessarily, like it's not going to happen. No, I believe it's going to happen. I truly, deep down inside, believe it. So winning at life is going for your dreams with the purpose and intention and the belief that you will achieve it. That's what winning at life is, right? Winning at life is what we do in life echoes in eternity. Is I would leave my DNA. I would leave my empire. I would leave my bloodline. Something that will carry on for thousands of years. Because they said, Grandpa Mo, you know, Muhammad Ahmoud, born July 19, 1995, was a Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He was the first one from my town in Palestine to be a Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I'm the son of him. I'm going to be the next black belt. I'm the great-grandson of him. I'm going to be the black belt. You know, my daughters, I'm going to be the first black belt, and daughter Ahmoud, our last name. I'm going to be the first Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Right? I made something that's impossible become possible. That's what winning at life is. You have to give hope for something, for somebody. Right? Somebody has to be that person to do the work to give hope to the other people. You know, and this is at the extreme level. All right? And if you don't, you're going to just wither away and die. People are going to, I saw this quote, when you die, people are going to cry over you for a little bit, for a few hours. A few hours later, they're going to be sitting together. They're going to be eating. A couple hours later, they're going to be laughing together. A couple of days later, they're going to forget about you. You know, it's a stage, it's a process. And you move on. You know, but it's your life for you to choose. You're here for a certain amount of time. This is guaranteed. What are you going to do in this amount of time? Are you going to live with purpose? Are you going to live with the dreams that you had at one point? Or are you going to let the people around you and let society and let life break it down and make you believe it's not possible and that you can't achieve these things? And you're going to just fall to plan B or fall to the lower standard and just make it by and die. And guess what's going to happen? Your kids are going to do the same thing, and their kids are going to do the same thing. And it's going to be the same thing until somebody, a bad mother fuzzer, walks up and says, I'm going to be the one that changes this for generations to come. I'm going to rewrite my history of my bloodline. I'm going to rewrite this empire. I'm going to rewrite our DNA. Right? That's how it is. That's what winning at life is go for it. Jump off. I'm going to jump off the plane, then I'll see if the parachute pulls.
Badass. All right. Those are some fun questions we had today. Very insightful questions. Nice curveball at y'all. Hope you guys got a lot of value. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Please do that, guys. Helps the algorithm a lot. Helps the channel grow. It helps push the message of Sharpen Your Sword to more people. And be disciplined. Follow through. Listen to the episode. You know, if you can't even finish a 1 hour and a half episode, how the hell are you gonna build up something worthwhile? Something that's gonna stand go through time. You know, stand the test of time. Something that won't wither away if you can't even handle a 1 hour motivational video to motivate you, to be insightful. You know?
Yep.
Something we might say will trigger something in you that you can win that day. For you to win that day, then you can win the week, win the month, win the year. You know? It spirals out. But if you can't even finish one hour video, how the hell are you gonna endure the more toughest parts, man?
Tell them, Gio. Tell them, baby. I'm gonna leave them with one last quote, guys. It's kind of inappropriate, honestly, but we're gonna see if they paid attention to the whole episode. All right. Life is like a wiener, guys. It gets hard randomly for no reason, but it eventually comes back down. All right. It eventually passes. So this is this is episode 54 of Sharpen Your Sword podcast, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. And I'll see you on the next episode of Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Remember, sharpen your sword to become better for yourself, for your family, number one, right? For your family, for your community, and for your country, baby. And I'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.